Windows up. Alright. Bam! Mission Impossible Episode 8. The podcast where we review music sequels again. Movie sequels and
Alright, what are some music sequels?
We tried to get some last time.
Another Brick in the Wall Part 2. I think I said that too last time.
I said music sequels again. It's episode 8.
Led Zeppelin 2.
Led Zeppelin 2?
That's the follow-up album to Led Zeppelin 1.
You know better than I don't know.
I just said classic rock.
I just said meatloaf last time, the loaf of meat.
Oh, okay. No need to rehash. Yeah, I remember this conversation now.
Because I was just editing it.
That was a whole week ago. 2 weeks ago.
Yep, episode 8, we're going over Operation Condor 2.
Armor of the Gods.
Armor of the Gods. Today's episode is brought to you by Williams Worms. He doesn't sell worms or anything like that. He'll just show up anywhere and do the worm. He'll go to parties, your workplace. He'll send, like, you like a girl, you just send her, like you send her flowers and stuff, or like a quartet. He'll just show up and do the worm.
Promposal.
Yes.
Promposal.
Yeah. And he also only accepts payment in worms. So if he doesn't take any, Canadian coin or, euros or whatever, you have to pay him in worms. Now,
with worms, you can cut them in half and both halves live.
Is that true? Does it like seal at either end?
That's something that I was told once. So I say it as fact now.
I'm figuring out a lot of the things I was told as like a fucking infant or teenager, or just kind of like bullshit and myth. Like gum gets stuck in your intestines for like 8 years or like your whole life.
Yeah, that's 8 is such an arbitrary number. It's so like, what happens after 8 years? You finally poop it out?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I fucking swallowed so much gum as a kid, like, because I was
really
a weirdo.
That is weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's okay.
I just couldn't stick it under the desk. I was just like, just swallow gum. I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I'd be so scared.
Some one of my friends saw me do it once. Like, don't you know it gets stuck in your fucking intestines forever, bro? But that's a myth, along with several other things that seemed right at the time, but now I guess they don't make sense. I can't think of anything else though.
I heard you can't stare at the sun.
I think that one's good.
No, you can stare at the sun. It's fine.
I'm gonna get this.
You ever do it?
A little bit. Yeah, I've tried to. It doesn't work well unless you got those the solar eclipse glasses.
What I do, because I like looking at the stars at night, so I'm like, why not look at the biggest star? So I take my telescope out during the day and just look at the sun.
It is the biggest, dopest star.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's like you get the best view of it. You don't see it at night. You see the other ones that are further away. So works pretty good. Now, Williams Worms,
Yes.
I really think he should have named his business Willy Worms.
Oh,
Willy?
That makes
he should have
more sense. Makes it more kind of kid friendly. Kind of do them at like kids parties.
Yeah, Willy's Worms.
Yeah, Willy's Worms.
But Williams Worms, it makes it sound more legit, and I would do it for a wedding.
Like he could have Willy's Worms as his like kid branch, and then Williams as like his more professional if he was gonna do something at like a business or some sort of office.
For sure. That's a good icebreaker.
Some guy do like a full. I'm just imagining that because the only times I've ever seen anyone do the worm is in a party, or like somewhere where there's lots of noise and music playing.
Man, you must go to the coolest parties.
I saw this fucking guy do it at fucking O'Neill's in Norwalk. It's hilarious. But I imagine if there's like no noise or anything, I imagine it makes a lot of noise, just like especially on like a wood floor.
Yeah, have you ever done one?
I've attempted the worm.
Me too.
I usually just end up smacking my face.
Oh, yeah, that's the hard part when you come back down to try to put your hands.
Yeah, well, some people are able to have their arms all the way out.
No, I've never done one of those.
Yeah,
no, not that one.
I don't know. I could do like half a backflip into a pool and fall on like my face.
Yeah, I could do that too.
Yeah. It's pretty nice. Williams Worms. Thanks, William, for sponsoring this podcast.
Yep. Getting that coin.
Get 20% off at williamsworms.com. Use code Mission Impossible. That's what other podcasts say, right? I don't know.
That makes sense to me. That's like a promo code. Oh shit.
It's
real.
I was also thinking about changing the name of like the actual channel because someone else has it. But anyway, let's talk about the movie. Fucking Jackie Chan. I'm showing you guys again. I'm just gonna bring it up real quick.
This is peak Chan here.
This is definitely in the midst of peak Chan. Peak
Yeah.
Chan. Yeah, peak Chan.
Yeah. This is so the story behind this movie is kind of crazy because this movie was released in 1986 as just in Hong Kong. The only title of it was The Armor of the Gods.
Yes, yeah, go through this.
Then there's a Jackie Chan explosion in the United States, and they're about to make Armor of the Gods 2. Or they do make Armor of the Gods 2. Big in Hong Kong. Also big in America at the time is Rumble in the Bronx and I think Super Cop maybe.
Sure.
Yeah, so they're like, all right, well, let's take Armor of the Gods 2, this new big movie in Hong Kong, and release it. And then they don't call it Armor of the Gods 2, they call it Operation Condor. Then they take Armor of the Gods, the first one, re-release it in America as Operation Condor 2, even though it's the original and Operation Condor is the sequel. They named the original the sequel. So technically, I was trying to think of this because it's hard, it's convoluted, so it's hard to like wrap my brain around. So it's the sequel to its own sequel, and it's released as and it's a prequel.
Yes.
So that's it's complicated, but once it's pretty, like it happens.
It's pretty simple. It's done over in America. You nailed it because I can't wrap my head around. There's so many things, but yeah, it's dubbed over in whatever. Oh, last time you nailed it on the head. Jackie Chan being from Hong Kong. I don't know what their native language is. There's no Hong Kongese.
I should have. Yeah, no, it's either Mandarin or Cantonese, but I'm willing to wager it's Cantonese.
Yeah. So it's Jackie Chan dubbing over his own voice in English.
Yep.
But the original film was in Cantonese, Mandarin, or Hong Kongese.
Yep. And so everyone else is every dialogue and punches are dubbed. And for punches, there was like 3 noises they use. It was like a psh, poof, and toosh. So while he's punching, it's
yeah, the sound effects are mad funny.
They had like 3 noises they liked.
Fucking yeah. What's the plot really? I mean, there's armor. I mean, the title is Armor of the Gods. And that's basically what it's about. He's got to retrieve Armor of the Gods for this bad guy who has a lot of dogs. That's kind of his thing.
Yeah. Is he the bad guy, though?
Oh, not really.
He's not nice.
He's maniacal. Well, that's not the right word, but he's not nice. I'll say he's not a not nice guy.
You don't have that much money and want all these ancient artifacts of...
Well, that's the thing. You get them all and destroy them, and you get all the power.
Yes, there's 5 pieces of armor, and once you destroy them all, you obtain the power of the gods.
Yep. And like he catches Jackie and then like trying to steal shit or something, and he's like, now you got to do this for me and I won't kill you. Also, take my hot daughter with you, which is like kind of a weird thing.
She's really hot.
Oh, they were like handsy. Him and his daughter. Do you remember that? No.
Oh, yeah.
Him and his own daughter.
It was
They're just like laying on each other like fucking legs and shit, bro.
Yeah.
That was weird. And then he's just like, take her. Go with these stranger thieves I just caught across the country.
Of course that guy is handsy with his dog. If you have that many dogs, you're just handsy with your daughter. Like it just goes hand in hand.
What would be your dog limit? What would be your dog limit or cat limit? But I guess depending on space too.
2. What, you would want more than 2 dogs?
No.
Wait, are you talking about me personally? Like how many dogs would I want?
Yeah, like right now.
I would want 0 to 1 dog.
0 to 1 dog?
And then 0 to 1 cat.
Cat first or dog first?
I'm more of a cat guy, which is weird to say. Everyone's like, oh, whatever. But like cats are just more self-reliant, and I feel like dogs are so needy, and they really rely on humans to the point where I almost like feel bad. Like we like make them a species. Like without us, they're just sad.
Yeah, for sure. Fucking, Ernest Hemingway had a cat.
So there you go. And he shot himself in the face with a shotgun.
He had lots of cats. He lived on an island, right? Am I thinking the right fucking guy? He lived on an island, right? Ernest
Hemingway. I know he lived in like Florida and Jesus.
He lives in some sort of beachy area.
Yeah, so yeah, he did.
But
and he always went like fishing.
His thing about cats, where he's like, cats are like way more manly than having a dog, because like you have to wipe up the dog. I mean, back then I doubt they were picking up dog shit. I feel like there wasn't, you know, a bunch of Karens around. But he was saying, you know, you don't have to take care of the cat takes care of itself, and it's just more manly to have a bunch of cats. And it's also, there's supposedly a bunch of descendants of his cats that are super valuable, that are just called Hemingway cats. Or some, I don't know.
He had like a weird breed then?
No, I don't think it was a rare breed.
Really?
It's just
okay.
It was just like, it's a descendant of the cat of Hemingway.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that would be cool lineage to have.
Yeah.
For sure.
Very particular thing to be into. Like, I got a couple Hemingway cats.
How do you feel about the expression calling somebody a Karen?
Karen? I like it because I know.
So just anybody annoying is a Karen?
No.
Because I don't want to be annoying, but I also don't want dogs to shit.
No. I guess
how they go about it.
No, I jumped the gun with saying that, but just like, you know, I'm imagining the times when people weren't complaining about a lot, but if someone nowadays just wasn't gonna pick up their shit at all, anybody would be pissed. I'd be annoyed if someone shit like in my apartment complex, or not someone, their dog. But
yeah.
Also, I'd be mad if someone.
I'd be more mad if somebody shit.
Yeah, human shit, man.
It's like beefy. You really can't be doing that.
Fucking it. But yeah, the term Karen, I do like saying it, like to Karens if I ever get the chance, because I know they fucking hate it.
Yeah, they must have heard it 100 times. So it's.
Yeah, especially, but it's got to be sucks if your name is actually Karen.
I'm sure they're sweet. I'm sure there's a bunch of Karen sweethearts that are.
Yeah, it's really just describing someone.
Karens.
It's can I speak to your manager person?
No, I get it. I understand where it stems from.
Yeah, but if it's like, I don't think just asking someone to clean up their dog shit, especially if it's on your property or in your neighborhood, I don't think that's Karen-y.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of how to make it Karen-y.
If you were like, I don't know,
like maybe somebody's just like, you're driving by and then you stop to.
Yeah, if someone straight up stopped on the side. Yeah.
And then you citizens arrest them.
Yeah, that's Karen-y.
I want to citizens arrest somebody so bad.
Yeah.
Wild turkey.
I know, they were there fighting
last time.
Yeah, they were fucking brawling, bro. Yo.
How do you go about it? Just say, hey, stay there, because you can't tie anyone up or anything like that. I think you just have to say, citizens arrest, hold there, and then hopefully they just listen to you.
Yeah, you'd have to.
You can't pin them.
Not legally.
No. You fuck that. You pin them, and then later, their wrist breaks or something, or
yeah,
you're 100% liable.
That's a situation, you know, with one of our mutual friends. We had his car almost broken into while we were there, and I play that situation. Whenever something happens like that, I play it back, have it on rewind in my head for the next few weeks or so. Mm-hmm. It just pops in my head, what could have happened different in that situation? What if we walked up there and caught him in the car, trying to break into the car, and what would we do from there if we actually? Because we were in that patio area, and the car's in the driveway, kind of on the other side of the house.
Yeah.
What if we caught him? What would we do? My first instinct is physical altercation when it comes to things like that. I don't know.
So,
but the next thing, then you go to jail and shit.
I mean, yeah, seriously, if you punch somebody in the back of the head or something like that, even if they're in your car, how dumb laws are, they'll be like, well, he was defenseless, or it.
I know there's different rules per I
just want one free punch. You get one punch, and then if they turn around and start swinging, then you're good.
Yeah, I know there's different rules per state. If someone breaks in your house.
Yeah, for sure. In Texas, you could just shoot them. Shoot them.
Yeah. But then let's say you're in California, if you shoot them, you go to jail. And the guy who broke in your house can sue you.
Yeah, that's Connecticut too. Yeah.
I heard a story someone was trying to break into a house, and they fell through I always say, is it Skylight or Sunlight?
I've heard this story. Yeah.
Skylight. Yeah, he like fell through and then like it might
landed
be
on knives or something.
I don't know how
that's like
true
the
that
classic
is.
story.
Yeah, I don't know how true it is.
I think I heard that story maybe in a movie too.
Yeah, it could be someone just made it up.
That's a nice urban legend. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's like, you know, your gums get stuck in your intestines for 8 years, and guy falling through the skylight and then suing the owner of the house.
Yep.
Yep. Same thing.
It's all
Same thing.
bullshit.
It's all fucking bullshit. Yeah, so Jackie Chan is probably like my favorite kung fu guy. I didn't really grow up in the Bruce Lee era.
Me neither.
Which is like, what, this 60s, 70s? 70s?
Yeah,
80s?
70s.
I don't know. See, I don't know. See, because I wasn't there or alive.
Me neither.
Still swimming around and...
You were... Yeah, I don't think you were, though. You don't just swim in your dad's sack
like, let
for
me
years.
out. I'm like, Zach, hold up. When we getting out of this bitch? Yeah, Jackie Chan, always watching his movies, going into the theaters with the familia. I'd leave the movie theater doing kung fu moves because I think all of a sudden I'm a badass now.
Yep.
Amazingness.
And Operation Condor was like probably... I think that's one of my favorite Jackie Chan movies. That movie's awesome. And the original / sequel is fucking... It's really good. It starts off where he's fighting the Africans, stealing the sword. I thought all those moves... Because Jackie Chan directed this movie. It's his first ever... it's his directorial debut. So he is fighting the Africans. I thought all that shit was choreographed super good. And there's a scene where he jumps off a ledge onto a tree, and they show what happens in the credits when they're rolling the credits. A piece of the limb from the tree went into his head, and there was a giant hole in his head. And then
he was gushing.
Yeah, they had this giant gauze on him, and fucking Jackie Chan is super calm, just laying on a stretcher, just eyes shut, like fucking he could be dead, you don't know. And then for whatever reason, the paramedic just like sees the camera there, and he like lifts up the gauze to show the hole, and then puts it back, and you just see just blood. And
I wonder, there's got to be some sort of article or something on that. There's probably a whole list of something somewhere, just Jackie Chan injuries on set.
Yeah. I heard in...
should look that up. We'll do another Chan movie, I'm sure.
That whole... in Operation Condor, that whole scene where he's fighting the person with the ladder, it's like one of those iconic scenes. Earlier in the movie, he broke his leg. He's doing that whole scene with a cast on. Like a legit cast. If you slow it down, you see it. He's wearing like a jean pant or whatever, and it's just like one leg is a little thicker, and he just has a hard fucking cast on. Like that's how badass this guy is.
If there was two people I would really want to meet who I've seen in the movies, would be Jackie Chan and Jack Black.
Okay.
I love fucking Jack Black and Tenacious D and shit. And I feel like if I met Jackie Chan, like I would just feel different afterward. You know.
Jacks. They're both Jacks. Huh?
Oh, they are both Jacks.
Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson. I'd love to meet any.
I'd want to party with Jack Nicholson. I mean, now he's a little older. I'm sure he's not doing as much cocaine or whatever, but I bet you he still throws down.
Yeah, but if you offer him a bump, he'll be like, just fucking, don't show my wife or whatever. I don't know if he's got a wife.
Oh, hell no, Jackie Chan. Jack Nicholson, definitely not married. He's just like, he's a playboy. Dude, that guy.
I'm not familiar with his like personal endeavors or... stuff like that.
You can't tie that guy down.
He's a mess in like Hollywood and all that.
Not a mess. He's a hero.
He's just a badass.
You don't need to be. You could be not a mess and not married. It's fine.
Yeah. Like Jack, how about a bump for old time's sake? Like, all right.
I feel like you could become quick friends with Jack Black, but he might have a short attention span and like just.
Jack Black has a video game YouTube channel where he like doesn't play video games ever. Like he opens every video with just like, sorry guys, no games today. And he just like goes about it, like vlogs for like 10 minutes.
Does he ever play, or is it?
Yeah, he does joke? Like sometimes, but like it's also a recurring joke because he never plays video games. It's like, sorry guys, no games today. Jablinski games is the thing. It's so funny. Let's see. Okay, so the enemy in the movie is like this very diverse group of prostitute bangers.
Prostitute bangers, yes. They're Turkish. They're monks, and they form a cult wherever they like instead of doing the Zoltan or Zoltan.
Sultan. It's a Z. Well, does this look like a Z from where you are?
Yes.
Okay.
So you're doing it right. All right. They were doing the Zoltan. Instead of doing that, they do this. That's like their thing. That's like their Hail Hitler type like thing. So, well, anyways, they're out to destroy it because they want their cult to be all powerful. And seemingly the group is all male. You got the Arabs in the beginning who steal Jackie's love interest. And then you got the white mustachioed biker guys that chase Jackie later. And then you got everyone else just has like the evil man's beard, the low cut,
yes.
very well trimmed beard that goes up to here, and then they have the crazy thick eyebrows. It's exactly like the bad guy from Lawnmower Man 2.
Yes.
Bringing it back to the OG.
It's not it's not neck beard and it's not a chin strap, but it's like
it's chin strapped into a goat. Yeah.
Some hybrid thing.
And it does look evil. I mean, it's definitely. Yeah, that's what evil people should have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what they should look like. And yeah, that diverse group of enemies is kind of scarier than like any gang, because like they have everybody. Like you think about like the Bloods and the Crips, like they don't let, you know, people like me and you you know, we're probably not gonna be Bloods or Crips. And then there's like MS-13 is just, you know, that's a Spanish gang. And then there's like, I guess biker gangs would be the white people gangs. But this group of, you know, like I don't, they're not sex slave traders, because those prostitutes seem to be.
No, they know how to have fun though.
They're
like,
working girls.
Yeah, they pick up town hookers and they drive them up to their cave, where they where they practice all their cult stuff, and but they're, you know, they're not like enslaving these women, you know. They're all happy to be there. They're paying them. They're paying their pimp. They're paying somebody.
Yeah.
Because they're all happy to be banging these monks. So.
Or maybe they don't pay them. They're just like, yo, we're gonna get all this power from the armor of the goods.
Oh so, yeah, they're getting that god dick.
So, yeah. So just like, you know, be nice to us now, and like when we get it, we'll like hook you up or whatever.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I'll give you a god baby.
Oh yeah.
We fucking spurting Jesus in you. So there you go.
But yeah, so they got everybody. Like, there's no group or anything that they don't let in, which means they got masses.
At first, it seemed like they didn't let in women until the end.
Yeah. Oh yes. The best scene ever. Go.
Yeah, it's just so that it's like Jackie. He's about to fight the final, like the lowest cut, the chinniest goat, fucking bushiest eyebrow evil man, and then fucking 5 black women are just step in front of him, all leathered out. I said this when I saw them. They look like a mix between Michael Jackson and Dr. Frankenfurter.
Yeah.
Just the insane makeup and just the Michael Jackson Jerry curl and all that stuff. So like and there's a couple funny scenes in that where they all have these giant spikes, super high heels, and Jackie Chan's on a bridge and their heels keep getting caught inside between the planks, like, and it happens like too many times where you wouldn't think, just probability, that it would happen, but it happens to all of them. So one woman takes her shoes off.
Yeah, they're like, she looked down, she's like, after 3.
One woman breaks her heels off, she's like, fuck that. And then Jackie Chan does a double tit punch, and it hits 2 tits. Yeah, he does the double tit punch. 2
fists, 2 tits.
And the woman doesn't even seem to get like phased really, because, you know, like, I guess because of the padding.
So do you think if like someone had implants in their tits that you could pop them with a punch?
Yeah,
definitely. Like
me personally, I don't know if I could punch a tit hard enough to pop it, but I think that stuff does leak sometimes. I think it could be fatal too, right? If no matter what's in it.
Yeah, because it's like really weird. I saw someone open one time on the internets, and it's just like this
silicone
this
ones?
really like sticky, like it's really sticky. He just started stretching it. He like couldn't get it off of his hand. The inside of it. The outside is obviously that liner, but really weird looking stuff. It's not gonna start dripping out the stuff, but
Gotcha.
it's really thick, like gelatin.
All right, I'm trying to think of
like stuff.
What would be a good alternative, because maybe we can like solve this issue. Like I was thinking gack.
What's gack?
Gak's like an old school like putty almost that Nickelodeon used to make. Nickelodeon Gak. It was like really pliable, like mushy.
Like silly putty-ish?
Silly putty-ish, but even more like pliable and...
Nice.
It's old school. It's a 90s reference.
You could also use silly putty and have like stretchy tits.
Yeah. And put your tit against a newspaper.
Yeah.
And it's got like Marmaduke, and go like, Marmaduke is happy, sad. You know, like, that'd be cool.
Yeah, and then the older like you get, and like the hangier your tits get, the more like newspaper you can get. Well, if they're already stretchy, I guess you can stretch them out pretty far.
The older you do, the more like then you start putting them on like the obituaries and shit like that.
Yeah.
Then you could like stretch it out and read it better. You know, like.
Yeah, well, you
like,
could hold it right up and everything, and you could then you can give your friend the copy. Just be like, hey, can I see the paper? It's like, I'm still reading. It's like, just press it onto your tits. It's like, oh yeah.
Bam.
And then you get the copy. of your
Oh,
friend.
there you go.
And that's just efficiency.
And then when you realize, you're like, oh, did you hear about your friend Charlie? He passed, and then, you know, and he's like, oh, I didn't read that. And he's like, oh, here, you know, like,
yeah.
Then you can just, you don't have to hand him the newspaper. You can just.
Oh, you know, you press the information onto your tit, and then you squirt it out of your tit at someone, and then they just like, you know, as soon as it like hits their face, they like know all the information.
It just whitewashes it over.
Yeah, it's like, oh wow, today's stocks are up.
Oh, because they just, yeah.
I don't know.
I'm on board. I think that's how silly putty and tits work.
It's like the reverse like MIB thing that wipes your memory. This one puts the tit.
Adds memory.
Yeah, I guess so. And that's how that's gonna work.
I think if I had the MIB thing, I wouldn't use that shit for good. You could get out of any situation.
Oh, it'd be so great. You could grab tits and then be like, zip.
I didn't grab your tits. You're fine now.
And grab, and she's like, ah, zip.
And and they'd be super susceptible to new knowledge too when they're like in that like catatonic state. So you could just be like, you like find me weirdly attractive now. You know?
Like, you zap someone's like, you're taking money out the bank. You take out like $10. You zap them. So how much was I giving you? You give me 1,000. Boom.
Yeah.
I would use if I got any superpower, I would abuse the shit out of it. Like, I would definitely want to be able to like teleport, like that movie Jumper or something.
Oh yeah, okay.
Oh man,
you're just gonna be going in and out of the girl showers or something like that.
Yeah, stealing money and shit, just going.
Oh, right in a bank vault. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm thinking invisible. That's like the most mischievous like thing you could do.
Dude, I think about that at least once a month, being invisible.
Yeah, you would just fucking jerk off all the time. You'd just be like. You'd go into like Carmen Electra's apartment and just fap, you know, or you'd be.
I always think about like there's always got to be some weird like rule with like your power. Like you can only you got to be butt naked while you're invisible.
See, that would suck. Because you'd be cold.
Yeah, you'd be cold. You'd have to like move to Florida or something.
Yeah.
You just have to stay somewhere warm.
Yeah, problem solved then.
And
when water hits you, people can see you.
Yep, when water hits you, you might have a telltale shimmer like Predator or something.
Oh, if you go too fast.
Yeah, if you go too fast, or like just like maybe certain like things gleam. And then like I always like think about like maybe there's some sort of timer on it too. Like maybe you can only be invisible for an hour, so you got to time everything right. You're invisible for an hour, and then you're stuck visible for like 5 minutes.
What's that? Paul, you ever with the alien and Simon Pegg and his Nick? Fuck, I can't remember the guy's name. Nick something. Simon Pegg and the fatter guy that he's always with. He does Shaun of the Dead with him. Well, anyways. What's his name? Hot Fuzz. They do together.
Yes.
He's super awesome too. I can't believe I can't remember his name.
What's the one where they're like, get to the Winchester?
Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead. You just said that.
Well, they did a movie Paul, and Paul's like an alien voiced by Seth Rogen, and he can turn himself invisible, but only while holding his breath.
Ah, that's a cool one. I read that there's a similar power to anime I watch. But yeah, that's cool.
So I mean that works. So at least like you can turn invisible to get out of a situation real quick, but it'd be tough to get out of every jam because you're going to want to run away, so I imagine sometimes. And you can't really run while holding your breath, not far at least.
I wouldn't think so. I've never tried to run and hold my breath.
I do.
Because it doesn't make sense. I do all the time. Try
All the time. And I swim and breathe. I do the opposites of what I should do.
Fucking, yeah, that's another cool stipulation. Because not, like, that's what I always think, like, no power is going to be crazy. Like in, for some reason, Hancock just popped up. You watch the movie, the one with Will Smith?
For sure.
Yeah, when they, like, gets close with, like, that babe. Who is that?
Charlize Theron, yeah.
So hot.
Yeah,
anyway.
insanely attractive. It's so crazy.
Fucking little fruit fly or something.
Gotta find a sequel with her. She gets nude in a couple things, but not sequels that I don't think of.
Babe Central. And Jason Bateman was in that one, Hancock.
He's the husband? Oh, yeah, he's the exec. Yeah.
He's like, honey, why can you throw things through the wall or something after the first episode, or the first time he figured it out?
Jason Bateman's in the sequel. Teen Wolf 2.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
That sounds,
Fucking. There's definitely one more scene I want to talk about with Jackie Chan, Operation Condor 2, Armor of the Gods. The hot air balloon scene.
Yeah, where it's pretty much a music video. He's on a cliff.
He's like, we're throwing this in there with the song, okay? It's like, all right, Jackie.
So Jackie Chan, I don't know if this is 1986. I don't know if he had a music career before this movie, but he does this one song called "The Flight of the Dragon." So he's on top of the world's tallest mountain, it seems, and he has a flare to guide his dim-witted friend and the billionaire's daughter, and his love interest. The
mountain is tall enough to be over whatever level hot air balloons fly, which I think is pretty fucking high.
Yeah, and not only that, they cut to him jumping, and the hot air balloon's 300 yards out, easy. And it's like, well, you can't make that jump, Jackie. And then he does. So then it just cuts to him jumping. The next scene is him skydiving. It's him falling from like an airplane seemingly because he's way too high. Like even if you fell from Everest, and Everest was just a steep cliff face and not even like on an angle.
Yeah.
His jump doesn't make sense. So he jumps 300 yards out, lands on the plane. The entire time he's singing his own song.
Whatever it is. It's in Cantonese.
The version we heard we saw the English version, so he dubs it in English, where he goes high upon high. I was checked on YouTube to see if there was a music video for it, and the best video I saw was just the clip from the movie, and it cuts right into the credits, and they play the song still. Like it's a 5-minute long song. They show all the credits.
Fucking. Yeah, like you said, even if you jump off a mountain, mountains are angled, so you're just gonna jump off and go. It's not vertical like this.
It's a good scene because this song it's not awful, like it's kind of catchy.
Yeah.
I won't get it stuck in my head ever, but
no, it's not ever gonna be. I'm not gonna be humming it.
He's not a good singer. He's not.
What song is stuck in my head today? Some song. I was born a rambling man. I was singing that all day.
Yeah.
When it's time
Allman
to
Brothers.
leave it. Yep.
Somebody randomly in conversation today said Fame and Fortune, and all I could think of was that song. I think it's by Mission of Burma, or maybe Gang of Four. I'm not sure it does it, but the Fame and Fortune, Fame and Fortune. So I just I put Mission of Burma on Pandora and just listened to.
Was that when I walked up to?
Yeah, it was kind of angry a little bit.
I was like, damn, this is aggressive.
I think that was television came on, but yeah. So. Yeah, but at least I was by myself today, and I could just actually listen to music that I wanted to. I don't have to try to appease the masses.
Oh yeah, you play something neutral.
Yeah, if somebody else is around.
Chili Peppers.
Nah, I've never played chili. But if somebody else was around, I'd play the Temptations. I was old school, but I know everyone can appreciate it, and I can kind of zone it out and relax, and it's happy music. That's what I like.
I usually, sometimes I'll throw something weird on just to see, because I have my abstract.
Yeah. Gauge the audience.
Yeah. I mean, when you showed me Joanna Newsom, that fucking hit the nail on the head for me. I listened to her for like
shit,
3
yeah.
months straight.
Yeah,
After that, The Milk-Eyed Mender.
Yeah, for sure.
I listened to that forever. It was so fucking good. I didn't like any of her albums after that though.
Because they overproduced them.
Yeah.
Like when she was like that was like when she's at her peak, and she's just like, she's singing. It sounds vulnerable because she's like, well, I don't know.
And the lyrics aren't corny. Like they're fucking cool. Like fucking lyrics you can kind of you have to decipher a little bit. Like every time I listen to like, and a lot of other artists, like I won't understand everything the first time I listen to it, but then all the following times I'll pick up something new about the song because she's kind of cryptic with the lyrics, right?
Oh, for sure, dude. Yeah.
Fucking I ended up telling one of my cousin's girlfriend about her. She's just like a super hipster chick, and like
so she's probably already heard of her.
Yeah, so like I just like, you listen to Joanna Newsom, and she's like, oh my god, what's your favorite? Milk-Eyed Mender. And then she's like started rattling off all her other stuff, and I was like, nah, those suck, bro.
Yeah. You're an idiot now.
You're stupid. She's a nice lady.
You don't know her.
Sharon.
She's a Sharon?
Yeah, she's a Sharon.
That's the opposite of a Karen?
yeah.
That's
like,
when you're like super cool hipster and you've heard of Joanna Newsom. If you haven't heard Joanna Newsom, you're a Karen.
I'm not like the other moms. I'm a cool mom.
I wear my pants backwards. I don't know why cool moms do that. But they do.
Shit.
So the sequel I came up with for this, it's not good. This is one of my like most piss poor efforts. But so at the end of the movie, Jackie Chan, he decides to go on like a dynamite throwing mission. He has dynamite strapped to his chest, so it's just like his ace in the hole card. He opens up his vest and was like, oh no. So he would light it, and then some people would back away from him, and then he'd like put it out. And then he'd light it again when people got close, and then he put it out. And eventually, like, he couldn't get it out in time, and eventually his whole vest started coming up, so he just started like taking the dynamite off and just throwing it around the cave on the world's tallest mountain. And so he would just throw it around, and then everything toppled inside this cave. And he was able to jump 5 miles out from a cliff face onto a hot air balloon. Mm-hmm. So at the end of it, he technically destroyed the armor of the gods.
Yes, and now he has the powers.
So now he has the powers. And I was like,
whatever the powers are, nobody ever elaborated, but here.
And because this is the original and the sequel of the sequel, and because the sequel is Operation Condor, which is the original, and it's the sequel to the original, now we could just Operation Condor 3, Armor of the Gods 3, and just make it even. It's the third of both.
Yes.
Yes, they're just both the thirds.
We gotta talk to Jackie about this.
Jackie, just make it right. It's too hard. It's too convoluted. And he'd be like, I'll do it.
And the power is he can only be naked if he holds his breath. That's the only power he got.
He can only be naked.
Or, only be invisible. I combined the two. Like you had to be naked and be invisible.
Imagine trying to shower.
You can only be naked.
You'd be like, you just go. You're like, and you try to wash real quick, and then you breathe out, and then you're fully clothed, and all your clothes are wet.
And mine and yours. No. Yet.
He's trying to have sex, but he has to hold his breath. He breathes out, and then his dick is all pants. His clothes.
Yeah, the only power is he has to hold his breath to be invisible. Like, look,
no, he has the power of the gods. I want to give him everything.
He just got everything.
Jackie Chan already has everything. Like, so, I mean, he has monkey-like ability, panther-like agility.
Mm-hmm. Very panthery.
And then what rhymes with ability and agility? I'm trying to think.
The fertility.
And he fucks bitches and gets them pregnant. Like a fucking goddamn...
Sterility? He's sterile.
We can't be both.
But, he's just, like, clean. Like, he can operate.
Yeah.
He can,
he's got the virility of a heart surgeon. And he's got the sterility of a baboon. Like one of those red-ass baboons.
Are they sterile?
No, virility.
Oh, virility. Okay, I mixed it up. And
he definitely has the...
fertility.
That's
the only abilities I know.
He's got the fertility of... who's super fertile? Who gets pregnant?
I'm just like this one. These are all very fertile
Octomom.
people. Yeah, well, Octomom is super fertile. Yeah.
Yep. I don't
How
think
does that work? What did she do? I don't even know.
Did she do something to have eight kids? What
did she do something?
Did she? Because there's like
there was. It wasn't natural. It was like there was something going on. They did. Like, and they kind of just did it for the show. I think. I don't think that.
Really? I don't know anything about it. Based off nothing that I know, I just can't imagine that they can. I don't think they can put 8 babies in someone. Like, just medically, I don't think a doctor would. He would lose his license. It'd be like too super unsafe.
I don't know enough about it to speak on it.
Yeah. Was it 8 different fathers? Do you think?
That's the one guy who always wears Affliction shirts. Is that guy, and that's the guy who made Affliction like not cool.
I don't even know what Affliction is.
Affliction, it's just like, you know, those shirts that got like a skull and like the crazy like designs on it that like 40-year-old biker dads wear.
Okay.
And they usually say something like, "You know me, but not my name, but not my story," or something. They usually just have some corny line on it, and then like a cool graphic. Cool graphic on it.
Yeah.
It's got like a hawk on it or something.
Remember, like almost kind of like Ed Hardy, I guess.
Yes. Yep. Ed Hardy, basically.
You remember those shirts in the '90s? It would be the big dog shorts. It's like, if you can't run with the big dog, stay on the front porch. Yeah. And it'd always have a picture of this big dog.
They're so recorded.
Remember those? Yeah.
No, you remember there was always that one guy, that kid that was like pissing on something.
Oh,
you remember that,
Calvin.
That graphic? It's just like,
he'd piss on anything.
Yeah, dude, that kid was the shit. My fucking brother had a few of those guys. It was definitely like
what would he piss on? Like Red Sox logos, I guess, if it was your brother's?
Yeah, whatever Zach didn't like. It's just like, yeah, whatever you don't like, this kid will piss on it for you.
That's kind of like the original meme, you know? Like,
yeah.
You could just meme anything because it's like, hey, Calvin hates whatever, you know? Like, and you could just insert anything there.
Fucking awesome. Yeah, like I saw one like a few years ago, and it was just like some guy driving like a Chevy truck. And it was the Calvin pissing on Ford, and it just said, "Suck on this, Ford boy." I'm just like, man, you were...
I thought he really hates Gerald Ford, huh?
Yeah,
oh my God. Really? Of all the presidents to single out, you know? Holy shit.
Ford boy, yeah, that's specific.
I don't know. I feel like Ford did a fine job.
Yeah.
I don't remember. It was before my time.
Yeah, but I remember it. I remember not remembering it, you know?
I remember he did fine now. I read it. I was before my time, but I remember it was fine. I'll take fine nowadays. Fine's fine. I'll take that.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take anyone who's not orange. Trump.
Let's not get political, all right?
Whoa.
We can say Ford's fine, but we're not going to say Trump's not fine. Or Trump is fine. We're not going to say it, you know, because...
No.
Because we're talking about sequels here.
The only as political as I get, Zoltan, bro.
He's real fine. Zoltan.
We got a...
that's Bubble Boy, right? No.
Zoltan, that's Dude, Where's My Car?
Dude, Where's My Car?
Yeah, there's a sequel to that, and that's gotta be shitty.
What's the cult that Bubble Boy runs into? Bubble Boy runs into a cult too. Ah,
I might be mixing. I might be wrong.
No. I think it is fuck. What the fuck? I'm so confused.
He wishes for for some reason. I was thinking about boobies. Fucking, he wishes for his girl's boobies to be bigger. And Dude, Where's My Car? That was like my favorite scene as a kid. So I was like 13. It's like, damn, the titties are getting big. Anyway, but yeah, I don't remember the fucking the cult and Bubble Boy. Great movie though. Fucking Gyllenhaal.
Yep, good cast too.
Fucking what's that other one he's in? The famous Donnie Darko.
Yep, I just showed that to my wife like a couple weeks ago. She's never seen it.
Whoa.
Yeah. There's a sequel to that called S. Darko.
About
the younger sister.
Yeah. We gotta rate this movie again.
I heard S. Darko is awful too. Yeah. So Operation Condor 2. I'm going to give it an ice cream sandwich. I'm going to give it's on the ice cream sandwich side of the spectrum. And it turns out my younger cousin is on the spectrum too. So I didn't want to bring that up, but no, I'm just kidding. So I don't know why I said that. No, I would give it a 4, 5. Let's say 4.5 to 5 ice cream sandwiches.
I think that's what we did last time, and I'm gonna completely agree with you and just meet you at 5.
5, cool.
Okay.
Why don't
5 ice cream sandwiches. The graphic is
5.
somewhere here. Positive spectrum, very good, very goodness. We're gonna watch. Next, we're gonna watch Sex and the City 2. Hopefully, maybe not.
And drink some Cosmos.
Yes. Also, I'm gonna try to find real martini glasses at like Goodwill or something.
Okay. I got some if you want me to bring them over.
You got like the
the V ones. Yeah. Dude, and I'd be more than happy. Wow, that wild turkey got real close. Oh my god, he's right. He's right. He's like a foot from my car. Hey, watch this wild turkey.
Yep, that's turkey. He's alone now. Maybe he killed the other one last time.
He looks like a lean fighting machine, you know? He has blood on his talons, for sure.
If I was a betting man, I'd bet on that turkey to fuck another one up.
Alright, so, well, anyways, I got a bunch of Cosmo glasses, whatever, just because, you know, I live with a woman, so of course we have them, we never use them, so I would be more than happy to bring them over. One thing, I think, I know we're winding down, and to bring up a different topic now would be obscene, but,
do it.
Alright, so, marry, fuck, kill, Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, Chuck Norris.
Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, Chuck Norris. Nourishment. Wait, okay, Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, Chuck Norris. Fuck, marry, kill. Okay.
You say fuck, marry, kill? I said marry, fuck, kill.
I mean...
No, I just mean, like, what do you call it?
I say fuck, marry,
fuck,
kill.
marry, kill, okay.
Yeah.
You get the fuck out of the way.
Yeah, get the fucking done first. I don't always do it in that order, but you know, make the picks in that order. I want to marry Jackie Chan. Obviously, seems like a sweet guy, and all of his bloopers seem like super wholesome. You ever seen his bloopers?
Yep.
Yeah.
He takes everything so well. I never see that guy lose his temper.
Yeah, he's got a nice smile. I guess I would. I'd probably. It's kind of like I don't know how I'd be able to kill either of them. Probably kill Bruce Lee, I guess, and then fuck Chuck Norris. But like, I would fuck him. Obviously, I'm not putting anything in my butt.
That's fair. Now, why Norris for the fucking? I just wondered.
Because I couldn't really decide. I don't know.
Because you didn't want to kill him?
Like, I figure maybe, like, I don't know, he could, like, but there's really no particular reason I picked him.
Alright, so I'm going to pick the same answers as you, but I figured out why I'm going to fuck Norris.
Okay, tell me.
Alright, so first of all, Jackie Chan marry is the easiest
This
one.
is so easy. What?
Dude, he's the most likable guy. He'll be singing me songs.
He could probably get domestic and cook some food and clean.
Oh.
Like fucking Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris, they're not gonna do anything around the house.
I don't think so. I think they're prima donnas.
Yeah.
Well, I think Bruce Lee in particular is a prima donna. But
Yeah.
so that's why I kill him. And now I'm known as the man who killed Bruce Lee.
Oh, that's true.
How much fucking street cred do I got? I got some fucking cred. And who taught Chuck Norris how to fight? Bruce Lee.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm Chuck Norris's sensei.
No, you own him.
Now I'm like, hey, Chuck Norris, bow down to me now. And now I'll be like, now turn around now. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll fuck him.
in the booty hole.
Yeah.
I'm your master.
I would just do it the once, you know. I'm not.
He could probably get like that mullet look going again, and then at least he has like long hair.
Oh, from behind?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no way.
No, I mean, obviously the fucking part is the worst part. You just have to get it over with, you know. Like you can't pick like the cutest guy because you're like, well, he looks most like a woman.
Yeah.
No, like that's the part that's obviously the hardest part.
It's about dominance at this point because none of those guys are like any sort of feminine or attractive or anything.
No, they're the 3 most badass humans on Earth. They're not feminine at all.
Yeah. I'm gonna do a quick loop. Yeah, so we're both in total agreement.
Total agree. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, definitely killing Bruce Lee. Although, how would you kill him? Just gun or something? Because like,
Now,
what else are you gonna do?
Yeah. So I mean, that's how he died, right? It was like a gun in a movie, right? I mean, if I could pick the way I kill him, I would be like just a fist fight, but that would never happen in real life. So I guess that's like unrealistic. Because imagine just saying like, it's like, yeah, I punched Bruce Lee to death, and he just couldn't handle my moves. So
what if it was like a known thing, like it was like a national thing, like a fuck, marry, kill. Like everybody knew that you had to fuck, marry, or kill these 3 guys, and then but you choose Bruce Lee to marry, and then you kind of butter him up, and then you just kind of poison him over time. You could do that, and then you just killed him, and then you just go, you know, back to Jackie, you know, the one and only. All right, but I killed Bruce Lee before I like tie the knot. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So it's less like, oh, I'm so. It's an elongated. It's not like you just like it's a longer process. Thank you for picking me to marry me. That means I don't get fucked, and I get to live. You know, like, oh, dude, that it's really just the best of both worlds. Yeah. You know, truly honored. Thank you. You know, like now let me just kind of like turn around for like a couple minutes and just kind of gaze at the wall or whatever, what have you. And then I'd have like a billy club, or you know, or maybe a shillelagh, or wiffle ball bat. So you're gonna beat him to death? That's crazy. Well, yeah. Later, I want to tell people I beat him to death with this. That must be crazy, beating someone to death with the old fisticles. Shit. Yeah, I think it would be hard to do. You'd have to. The people always. Supposedly, it break, like even just fighting, like just people are just like hitting your knuckles against someone's skull and like face, you just always break your hand. Oh yeah, always. Yep. That's why like you go for like jaw, like things that are gonna break before your knuckles. Yeah, it's just like bone against bone. Like if you punch someone more than like 10 times, like you're starting to break knuckles and fucking other bones in your hand and shit. You could punch their cartilage in their nose up into their brain, which is true. That really kills people. Damn. Yeah, they do that in a movie, and it's like so graphic. It's fucking insane. All right, if I can, ready to wrap this up, player? Yeah, feels pretty good. Feels good. I think we got 40 plus, 40, 45. All right, thanks for watching Mission Impossible. Bye. Bye-bye.